family who survived a explosion on a boat last week is now searching for what went wrong.
We first told you about the Basco family's plight about a week and a half ago. The boat was actually the home of the father and son who survived that explosion.
Fox News reporter Will Robinson Smith following the story from the start. Today he found out how the family plans to move on.
On a partly cloudy day like today, many people at Barber Marina are busy sprucing up their boats before springtime weather arrives. But Mike Basco and his sons can't join in the spring preparations. Instead, they're digging through what's left of their boat, searching for the cause of so much destruction.
We're going to lift the deck where we can see the tanks and see if there was anything obvious like a crack in the top of a tank, a bad weld or something like that. As far as the rubber hoses, they're already charred.
Basco and his 14-year-old son Brian were in the cabin of the boat when it ignited Monday, February 24th. The incident sent the pair to USA Medical Center's burn unit. Mike Basco needed a skin graft on his left hand.
When Brian and I were sitting at the table, you seen him, and I'm looking at that little face on him, and we felt the explosion, the concussion, and we're engulfed in flames, and I'm looking at the little face on that kid. That was bad.
Neither one of us knew what was happening until we got out of the boat and actually sat there and thought about it and looked at what was happening. Then we knew what was happening. But right at the moment, there was no telling what was going on.
One of Basco's other sons, Christopher, works in salvaging and is helping his dad and brother in trying to find the cause of the explosion and fire. Step one, draining it.
Getting all the water out, and then just it's a long process. Cutting it up, it's a thick boat, so I mean it's a lot to be cut up.
As they work, questions still linger for Basco.
How did the vapors get from the rear tanks all the way up to the center of the cabin underneath the floor? We don't know. I doubt if we'll ever know.
But even if those answers never come, Basco says it's important for them to move on with their heads high.
I've never been one to sit around and bawl about bad circumstances. Get through it and get on. That's all you can do, man.
You can cry about it, but there's tons of boats out there. Tons of them.
In Alberta, Will Robinson Smith, Fox 10 News.
Now, the Bascos are in the process of searching for another boat to call home. In the meantime, they're living with relatives. They say they really enjoyed the process of fixing up their old boat, and they're looking forward to doing it again as a family. If you'd like to help the family out, we have a link for you on our website, Fox